Hello and welcome to Rarely Rad. Haley and Isabel are here, but barely. We've
Yeah.
both been so down bad. I got sick basically right after we recorded last week's episode, and then I'm finally like getting better, and then Isabel got sick.
I plummeted bad. Austin was kinda sick last week, but he didn't I don't know, I feel like I'm definitely worse than he is, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Literally, like Wednesday, it hit me, and I was like, I can't get out of bed all day. I'm sleeping. I'm dead. And
Mm.
then Thursday, I was feeling better to the point where I went out for Halloween. I didn't like do anything crazy, but like still felt good enough to go out. Friday, I was like, okay, I can make it through. And I had already told my friend I'd go to like he's a producer, so I'd go to his party that he was putting on. Literally didn't really drink much at all. And then Saturday, I was like, I have no voice. I can't keep doing this to myself. I literally, it hurts to talk. And as a yapper, I can't be going places with people.
Can't, ruin your reputation.
Yeah, I like people are like, "Do you wanna go on a walk?" And I'm like, No, because that involves talking, and I need to
Yeah,
sit in silence with myself." I went grocery shopping and everything on Saturday because I was like, "Things I can do in silence."
voice rest.
Exactly. Meanwhile, you had a party girl weekend.
Well, only Saturday.
Well, still, you were had so much party Saturday that you couldn't do much Sunday.
Yeah, I mean, it was just Sunday morning really, and I think part of that was just me getting sick. Cause then Sunday afternoon, I went to go to the marathon, which was
Yeah, was
cool.
that fun?
Yeah, it's, cool to see everybody running, and I was at the 25-mile mark, so, everybody just had a mile to go. They're running fast. I
I
was
mean,
impressed. I was like, "Dude," some of those people were like, "Oh, 9-minute mile," and I was like, "9-minute mile? Like, that's insane at mile 25."
if you run correctly, your miles are supposed to get faster and faster as you go.
Yeah, I
So
don't
it
know, I
does
was impressed.
make sense, but yeah, I don't think I mean, I as a half marathoner, I don't 1, I'm not running a 9-minute mile. Um, 2, I don't know if I could do a full marathon. I think it might if I'm, like, still super single though and I'm, like, 35, I fear I might be a marathoner.
So, they were saying that the Chicago one is, easier because it's very flat. In
Okay.
New York, you're running over bridges and all of that. But, yeah, when my friend, her mom has run, 30 marathons. I was like, "That is wild," and her mom was saying that the Chicago one was decent, not easy, but easier to run since it was just flat the whole time.
That makes sense. That's the one that our friend does. Well, she's now done
Mhm.
it twice, so
Yeah.
I would say does. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of felt like I was at the New York Marathon just based on the amount of damn Instagram stories and everything that I saw of it. Like,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that I guess it like puts into perspective of like, wow, I do know a lot of people that live there.
Yeah, and I didn't know the girl, but it was my friend's friend, so we went to, cheer her on, which was cool. And it's cool to see everybody's signs.
Yeah, I know. That's what I always look at. My favorite one that I always see is like, you don't have to run. Like,
I know, I saw a
therapy works
couple.
too.
I know, my favorite one I saw that was it was "Run as if he's trying to slide it into your DMs." But it's so crazy because I live on 60th and 1st. Now everybody's gonna stalk me. But,
People are
that is
watching you from your
yeah.
window.
I live where the marathon is, and they run over the bridge that I live in front of, and then they run on my street, and they're like, "You have to walk up to 57th," I think it is, or 59th to get over to the other side. I have never been so uncomfortable. I was actually scared because 'cause you're walking like this. It's not like New York sidewalks are particularly wide, and
Yeah.
half the people are just trying to watch their friends, family run, and then the other half is, actually trying they have, police trying to move people through. It's actually kinda scary because people are, pushing you, and I was like, "Dude, if I drop my phone right now, could literally get trampled to death." I'm being serious. It was the lady in front of me was like, "I'm kinda scared." I was like, "No, I am too." This is, insane.
Ugh.
But whatever, I made it out alive. And then my friend was to text me, she was like, "Are you coming?" I was like, "Yeah, I've been stuck in this little on this one block for 15 minutes because I can't move."
That's how I envision, like, what's it? The Macy's Day Thanksgiving parade.
Mhm.
I
Yeah,
envision that.
it's like Times Square New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
That's what
Ex
it's like.
yeah, I don't
At least that block, but, we were in Central Park, which it was but then I was, trying to get out of Central Park, and I was like, "Dude, how do I get out of here?" 'cause, like, half the walkways are closed, so I'm like, "Hmm."
I guess I'll live here forever.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh," it took me a little bit to get out, and then I was like, "Okay, I gotta walk down 57," so I was like, "I'm actually gonna go, like, further down so I don't have to deal with the sardine situation," and then I completely missed, so I did walk all the way down, but then I got up on the wrong side. I got up on 2nd, and then it was blocked, so then I had to walk all the way back down and, like, go back on 1st. I was like, "This sucks." Like
Well, on the bright side, even though you were getting your steps in extra, you
Mm,
weren't running over 26 miles.
no, no, not yet. Dude, okay, one thing I wanted to bring up, dating horror stories.
Oh god, all of them.
So, one of my I guess we're friends now, she invited me to her birthday next week, so
Woo!
I guess
You
we've
and
become friends.
friends.
And friend, right. She was like, "Yeah, like, I was dating for a while." She got out of, like, a long-term relationship, and she was like, "Oh, yeah, da da da, I, like, stopped dating, and then I started dating, and then I met this guy," and she's like, "The first red flag should have been that he wanted to hang out with me on his 31st birthday instead of his friends as a first date." So she's like, "I probably should have picked up on that as, like, the first red flag." Does he not have friends? Maybe not, I don't know.
Yeah, I
I
mean, the only time I guess I'd understand it is if, like, your birthday falls, like, I would kinda say, like, a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. Like, you're not gonna be doing anything crazy. You don't really do, like, birthday dinners on those days.
Yeah.
So then I'd be like, "Okay, yeah, something casual, whatever, I'll get dinner with him," and then he probably has something planned, like, this upcoming weekend for his birthday, is what I think I would think.
Yeah, and so I don't think she really thought too much into it, but now looking back at it, she was like, "Maybe red flag." I think she said it was on the Thursday. So, anyway, maybe, but I was like, "Whatever." And then she got on, like, 3 dates with him, and so she was like, "Okay, I'm getting, like, weird vibes, but, like, he's I don't know, maybe I just, like, I'm not really that interested anymore." And her friend was like, "Have you Googled this guy?" And she's like, "No," because then she was saying, she's like, "After this, I've always Googled people because you never friggin' know."
I
And
just can't imagine not Googling someone. I don't know, like, I literally will see someone on Hinge that I'm not even matching with, and I'm like, "Huh, I'll Google that name and their where they work and just figure out their life about them."
See, I don't know. I mean, I don't know, I haven't dated in a long time, so but I feel like I do Google people, but I don't think always Googling them is as efficient as, like, I'll look at, like, their LinkedIn or something, like, that's gonna do me more probably than
Yeah.
Google. So, anyway, she ended up Googling him, and he was a bomber. Yeah. I was like, "Dude, talk about the worst dating story ever."
Did they bomb anything?
They were attempting to. I think they got caught. He's in, like, the Washington Post, like, New York Times. Like, I mean, this was, like, legit.
What were they trying to bomb?
I don't know. She just showed me a picture of the mugshot, and he's, like, smiling, and he's not even looking at the camera, which I thought you had to look at the camera when there was a mugshot.
You're also
I don't
not
know.
supposed to smile.
Yeah, but that's when you know but it's not like a full smile, but it's like a
Yeah.
grin, I guess, you know? I mean, creepy serial killer bomber vibes. I don't know. Weird stuff. She was like, "Yeah, I stopped dating for a while after that." I was like, "No, I think I would too." Like, I think I would actually just never date again.
Yeah,
I was like,
that's
"Put that
wild.
away in your trauma folder. Like, let's, like, block that out forever."
Well, and there's a prompt on Hinge where it's like your worst date story or something like that, your biggest date fail. I think that would go in there.
Yeah, he was a bomber.
Went on a date that was a bomber.
Yeah. Well, only go up.
Yeah, literally. I actually went through and this past weekend, I was just in the mood to like unfollow people. And I went and unfollowed most of the people that I like have been on like a date or two with on
Mhm.
Hinge or on Instagram because I was like, why am I still following you?
Yeah.
Like, I'm never gonna see you again. Half of the
Mhm.
time we went on a date and then we never went on another date. And then 2 months later, you're dating someone and now you're engaged.
Yeah.
I'm like, so we're never gonna talk again.
Right.
Well, there's no reason for me to still be following you, and I was just like, "Unfollow, unfollow, unfollow, unfollow." Like, I don't need you in my life anymore. I also realized this past weekend, I was talking to one of my friends, I'm this type of person, I am just based on my history. I go on, like, 1 date with someone or I date you. Like, there's no time that I've ever been on, like, 2 dates or 3 dates, and it's like, "Yeah, I just don't think this is it." No, like, literally, I've been on either 1 date or we're boyfriend and girlfriend.
Interesting. I don't remember what mine was like. But I was also, like, 22. I feel like dating at 22 was fun. Like, I enjoyed being single. I liked I think a
I
lot like,
think
looking back at it, my friend was like, "Oh my god, I can't wait till I have a boyfriend," and I was like, "I literally could care less."
well, and I think it's, like, in your early 20s, like, there's really no, like, time strain on it, like, whatever. I also think there's more options because
Yeah,
you are 22, and you have less criteria on what you would expect for a man to do
yeah,
because you're 22. Like, you literally have been working for, like, a year, if that. I don't even
yeah.
think you were being full on working.
No. It was crazy though because my friend that wanted to date so badly, she was like, "I can't believe I'm not engaged yet, like, I feel like I'm gonna be single forever," and I was like, "We're 22." Like, what? And I just, like I guess
I
that's just never been a fear of mine because 'cause I'm like, I've seen some weirdos and, like, y'all are married, like, somebody's definitely, like, interested in me somewhere out there. So, I
I
guess
know
it's
this
just never
past
been a fear of mine to because I don't think I'm ever gonna end up alone. And I also just don't really feel like I don't know, that just doesn't really scare me or bother me.
I mean, I think you also have a different outlook on relationships. I don't have a fear that I'll end up alone, but I also think I have this idea where I like know people that are older than me that are still single. So I'm like, oh, I'm good. Like they're still single. So like I'm fine to be single too. But like this past Saturday, or no, Sunday, I just sat on my couch and basically watched Red Zone all day. I was like, and I painted my nails. Like that's literally what I did, my extent of Sunday. And I was like, I'm like the perfect girl a boy would want. Why do I not have a boy? Like most guys are probably sitting around and watching Red Zone all day on Sunday. I'm doing that already and I don't even have a boy. I'm like, come on. And I think being sick and like completely alone is a moment where you realize how alone you are.
Oh, see, I'm like, "Leave me alone." Like, I went and slept in the other room. I was like,
Yes, but
the only
that's
thing
your
I want
choice. You
yeah.
like, I still have to do everything on my own. Like, I still have to go make food and everything. Like, I don't have anyone to be like, "Oh, I went and got you medicine when you're on your deathbed." Like, I have to still
Oh,
go
true.
do it all on my own. Like, I can't someone's can't, like, heat me up a bowl of soup. Like, no, I have to go heat up that bowl of soup and do it on my own, and it's, like, exhausting.
I can see that because 'cause I'm just, like, yelling into the other room, be like, "Austin, I want pizza."
Yeah, exactly, and, like,
It's
I
really
don't have
late at night. I'm, like, laying like, when we came home drunk on Saturday, and I was like, "You know what sounds good? Pizza." And he's like, "Okay, let me go get you some." I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah, see, like, it's like you have, like, your own little serpent. I don't have that. It's me against the world out here.
Yeah, no, and then I'm like I fall asleep, and he comes back, and he, like, wakes me up, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, eat my pizza," and then I go back to sleep, like
Yeah, no, unfortunately, I don't have that life at the moment. I mean, I used to be to my long-term ex, I used to ask him to get me water all the time. I'm like, I wouldn't even get off the couch and get water. He'd go get me water.
Oh, yeah, no, I still do that. I'll,
Yeah,
like, call him
now
in from the other room and be like, "Will you fill my water?" And he'd be like, "Dude, you're literally closer." I'm like, "Mm."
we would both be sitting on the couch, and I'd be like, "Can you get me water?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, sure." And he'd get up and get it. I'm like, "Now I have to make all my own waters."
I know, it's so hard. Have you seen those videos that are like, "Make my water with me for the day," and it's just, like, liquor?
Oh,
Have you seen this?
no.
Oh my god, yeah, they're like, "Today I'm" and it's like a Stanley cup, like, it's like and then she's like, "So today for water, I'm just, like" and pours in, like, Malibu, and then she's like, "I'm adding these sprinkles to make it look pretty," and, like, I'm like, "What is going on?" And I'm like she's like, "And I drink one of these a day," and it's, like, different every day. So either she, like, is actually drinking it or is just, like, wasting a shit ton of alcohol.
Jeez. I actually a drink I just saw. Have you heard of a dirty Diet Coke?
I don't know, what is it?
Okay. Apparently it's good. I haven't tried it yet. It's Diet Coke, lime, and coconut creamer.
So it's not alcoholic?
No.
Interesting.
When I first saw it on Instagram, it was like a girl I know posted it, and she wrote on it like following the TikTok trend or something. So then I was like, I'm intrigued. I love Diet Coke. Obviously, I like coconut. So then I started watching them like videos of it. I think it's kind of like a Mormon thing. I don't
Oh,
know.
yeah, it is. I know, I've heard about it.
From what
Yeah.
I and like apparently there's a place out in like Utah
Mhm.
called I want to say it's called like Zips or something. I don't really know.
Yeah, I've talked about this before when I was like, "Oh, it's all you can drink," and I thought it was all you can drink alcohol and all you can drink soda, and you can,
And
like,
that's what the
mix it
place is
all about
called?
Yeah, they have a bunch of them, and it's like you make your own sodas and you like mix up the flavors. But the most popular one is the coconut Diet Coke one, and I'm like, so you're just drinking a Malibu Coke?
Yes, but not alcoholic.
Yeah, no. But
Okay,
then I'm
well,
like,
I
you're
heard
probably
you're good there. Apparently, you have heard of it.
yeah. Well, I didn't know that's what it was called, but like, it's like you're consuming more calories that way. Might as well just get the alcohol and just get fucking drunk. Like, you're
I
not.
want to try it. I'm like, okay, I love Diet Coke and Malibu, and I usually get it with a lime. So I'm like, this is right up my alley. But Aldi does not have coconut creamer, I did realize. So next time I go to like Publix or any other real store, I'm gonna see if I can get some. But I want like a small container. I don't want like a giant thing because like that's a lot of commitment to like these.
Amazon.
Can you get cold
It's
creamer?
not creamer isn't, cold. It's like it's like one of those weird things that, like, people put in the fridge. It's like, almond milk that doesn't have to be refrigerated, but people get uncomfortable about it, so they put it in the refrigerator.
It doesn't need to be refrigerated.
No, I know, and I found that out. If you go into the grocery store, there's 2 sections for almond milk. One is refrigerated, like, in the refrigerator section, one's in, like, the cereal section, but, yeah, almond milk does not need to be refrigerated, but it makes me uncomfortable. So and it makes most people, I think, uncomfortable, which is why people refrigerate it.
Okay, some brands need to be refrigerated. And once you open it and it's been exposed to air, it needs to be refrigerated.
Yeah, but, like, initially when you buy it, it does not need to be refrigerated.
Okay, that does make sense. I'm coming around on this because mayonnaise doesn't need to be refrigerated until you open it.
Yeah, most sauces are like that. But it
But
just
yeah,
I guess it just
it's
throws me off because it has, like, the word milk in it, so we're
which
thinking, like, almond milk.
oh yeah.
But also,
Yeah.
like, eggs are refrigerated and eggs are in mayo.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, okay, I think I'm following it because eggs, mayo, not refrigerated, open it, refrigerated.
The other one that makes me uncomfortable is people that don't refrigerate their butter.
I understand, like, if you have people coming over or something and you, like, put it out and so it's soft because you want it to be
Yeah,
spreadable, but, like, if you always keep it out, I don't understand that.
I don't like that. I'm like, "Dude, bacteria."
I also think I kind of refrigerate most things.
I do too.
I think I told you, I learned that almond butter needs to be refrigerated.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, all of a sudden one day, I took my container
Oh,
out
it
of
makes sense. Peanut butter, once you open it, is supposed to be refrigerated.
is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, didn't know that either.
It depends on the quality of the peanut butter. If you're getting, like, Jif, no, that shit's, like, not even real peanut butter. If you're getting, like, something where the oil is, like, separating, like, the Smucker's brand, like, that's oil separates from the peanut butter, like, that needs to be refrigerated.
Okay, maybe that's the case then because I do get, like, almond butter where it separates.
Yeah, so then it's, like, more authentic. Dude, I lost this week for fantasy or last week.
I know. Honestly, we kinda needed it. Of our friend group in this, LB and I are, like, right there to, like, be decent, but we're just not, and it's, like, this constant battle, and so this week, like, almost every single top team lost, and so now we're only 3 games behind first place, which is good. I think it still puts me in, like, ninth place because our bad teams in the league are, like, 1 in however many, 1 in 6 or something,
Yeah,
and we're, like, right there on the cusp to be good. I play team football this week, though, so that'll be a I win, that'll be a good one because it's a top team losing and me winning. But,
who am I playing? How do you check
um
that?
oh my god. If you go to, like, the main app and you go to the league, and then
Oh,
you go to, like if you scroll down, you can see, like, who's playing everyone, and then you can click on, like, week 10. And so, like, I play
yep,
team football, you're gonna play Super Lamario. Oh, you play someone in first place.
great.
No, that could be a big deal. They lost last week.
I know, I lost by, like, 40 points.
So if you guys if you beat them, you'll be the same record as them, which
Oh,
is
nice.
first place. Yeah. Yeah, so that could be big.
Yeah, that's gonna
LB
be a
plays
close one.
Mish, so that should be good for her, except, again, that doesn't help us, like, I need these top teams to lose.
You know what? Misha's a sneaky winner. I was, like, the only person she won over.
Yeah, she's 3 and 6. Right now,
And she didn't
LB's
even set her lineup, and I still lost.
dude, this past week, she actually won, but it was a close one. I wonder what that final score even was. Oh, the final score was 90 to 99 because I texted her and I was like, "Set your lineup," and she's like, "Well, I can't change anyone," and I was like, you can change one person, and your outcome is so close. The person she was playing is now 1-8.
Oh my goodness.
And I was like, come on, like at least like try and beat this one person. And I think that's my issue is like next year we need a league, and it's what like guys leagues are, is like everyone actually cares about it. And so it's
Yeah,
frustrating to be in a league that like Mojo Dojo has is 1-8. They
I
have
know.
the girl I played this past week, my ex-friend, she's 2-7. Do you know how many points she scored?
How many?
19.
See, yeah, we need to, like, kick people out. And also, I'm like, you're paying to be in this league. Like, I get that it's not a lot, like, what, $25 or something, but it's like, I'm taking this seriously.
Yeah, well, and that's the frustrating part and that's why our whole league is like so heavy up top and so bad at the bottom because
Yeah.
the bottom people have just literally not cared, not looked, not done anything. And I think that's why so many guys leagues have like a last place thing that they have to do because it makes you at least continue trying throughout the whole season because you don't want to get last place.
Yeah, I think I don't know, maybe we need to talk to her, and by we, I mean you,
Yeah.
and be like, "Look, half of these people aren't even participating. If I could join, like, a league where people were always participating, like, that'd be fun, I just don't know any."
Yeah, well, I was also thinking about it. I think it'd be fun if we did like you know how in football they have like why can't I think of the word? Groups. You called them departments. I remember and then I made fun of you for calling them departments.
Oh,
Conferences.
like
Conferences. So they have conferences and I think it would be fun to do one league when there was like two conferences and one's like a boys conference and a girls conference. And I don't even know if that's possible in how fantasy football gets set up. All the girls, like 6 girls and 6 guys, and it's like I mean, obviously, we'll have to you play, like, it within your conference too,
yeah.
but, like, I think that would be a lot of fun to do
Yeah,
something
I
like
think that'd
that.
be fun. I wonder if we can even ask, like, all the skinny girls if they wanna play, but I think it's gonna be end up being the same situation as it is now.
Well, and that's what happened last year is when we started this girls' league, she asked me if I knew anyone, and that's how you and LB joined is because you guys were both
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, sure, we'll do it." No one else was interested. I was like, "Whatever." And then this year Mish joined and Mish, like, doesn't care. And
Yeah.
so it's like, okay, well, like, I need people that actually care and are gonna keep up with it, or else the whole league becomes not fair. Because that's how we used to do a family league, and the family league was that way. It's like some people were actually setting their lineups, and then there was, like, my grandpa who, like, didn't even know how to log into his account. And we were like and so it was an immediate, like, win every week, whoever played grandpa, because he didn't even know how to log in. And I'm like, "No, like, it
So
has to be
how many people do you need for a league?
usually 10."
Okay, because I can
Most
think
leagues are
of
like 10 or 12 people.
okay, maybe I feel like if I don't know if that's even fair, if we get, like, some guys that they wanna play with us too.
That's what I'm saying. I think it would be fun to do like I don't even know if you can make conferences, but even so, you could just think like boys versus girls and like so 6 girls, 6 boys.
Mm,
And I think that would be a lot of fun. And we already
yeah,
have you, me, LB, and then Austin and Tyler.
yeah. So, you're single.
So we're already halfway there, basically. Maybe if I find a boyfriend before next year, we'll have that boy too.
Yeah, maybe more than 3 months.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And then, because 'cause that'd be awkward. Imagine doing a football, fantasy league and then me breaking up.
Oh, no, first time I played was, with my ex's league.
And you guys broke up in the middle of season?
Mhm.
Love that.
We were kinda, like, broken up, but it was still, like, fine, and then we, like, broke up.
You're like, "Oh."
And then, yeah, they, obviously, they were all, like, his friends, and so they all made, like, one mega team to beat me, which I would have won. I came in 2nd place, which is impressive because I didn't get any help from him, like, I just 100% did it by myself, and I came in 2nd place even after they tried to form, like, a mega league.
Yeah, this year, I don't think I mean, LB and I are pushing right there to try and get into, like, playoffs, but I think our playoffs, the way she has it set up is only 4 teams too, so I don't think we're gonna like right now, let me go. I can see the standings. It's an 6% chance that I make playoffs. It's an 8% chance that she makes playoffs. You have a 40% chance.
Nice.
The top two teams are 86 and 85%.
All
But
right, so I basically have to win this week, right? And then I can make playoffs.
if you win this week, I think it confirms that you'll be in for playoffs. But we
Nice.
still have a few weeks until that because I think playoffs start week 14 and we're
Oh,
only
we're like week 10.
we're only week 10. So like there's still time.
Yeah. Okay, so there's a chance.
That's trust me, I'm living on my 6% likeliness. I'm like, so you're telling me there's a chance I could make it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
I'm like, come on, man. What am I doing wrong? What? What just happened?
I have no idea. I have no idea. I wasn't even what?
Isabel just left the episode mid-episode.
I have no idea how I did that.
I looked up and I was like, she's gone. All right, let me.
Remember how we went there?
Yeah, again.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like they were like, "Oh, Beyond the Pale is great." I'm like, "Is it?" But it was actually like pretty packed when we went at night. I think it was like, I don't know. I'd been late because honestly, I think the time changed. No, I don't know. Anyway,
This time change has confused you so much. It's been the funniest thing. Like the amount of texts I've gotten that are like, "So what time is it really?" And you were doing it like last week, and I'm like, "Dude, the time change hasn't happened yet." You're like, "No, I think it has." And then you're like, "So what time is it really?" And I'm like, "What the fuck are you saying, dude?"
yeah, because like, is it actually 11 p.m. or is it 9 p.m.? Like I can't figure it out. I keep forgetting.
I'm
And I'm
like,
like, I'm not even tired at 11 p.m., which is supposed to be midnight.
I know that's been well, and I'd love to use this time change to my advantage. Like now it's easier for me to go to bed earlier because like I'm like thinking it's 11 even though it's actually only 10.
Yeah,
But and then usually I can wake up earlier because I'm waking up at like 9 a.m. But really, well, I'm waking up at 8 a.m., but really that's 9 a.m. for my body. Except, of course, we both enter it sick.
yeah, so I can't fall asleep at night because I can't breathe, and then I can't wake up in the morning because my body is not feeling well. So honestly, I'm really just screwing myself over here. There's
Yeah.
no wins.
Yeah. And I'm like sleeping like ass. And I'm like, no, I'm supposed to be getting extra hours.
I
And
know, I'm
it's not
supposed to be
working.
looking great in the morning, rejuvenated, like no dark circles. I look
That
worse.
today is my like first day where I finally got some actual good sleep last night. And so I woke up like I want to say at like 8. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is finally like I gotta like live to this and like actually get out of bed and try and use this time change to my advantage. Because yeah, I've it's done absolutely nothing because we've been sick.
2025 bingo cards, we gotta work on those.
Yeah, we do. And I gotta work on my 2024 bingo card and actually like cross off some more things.
I know I have one thing that if I get it done on Monday, I'll like basically, I'll be a little behind, but I'm calling it a win. It was better than last year.
I have a few like one of mine was to read 20 books and I'm at like I think I've read 17 now. So I'm like
Oh,
right there where I know I should finish it, but like I got to keep up on it to actually finish it because I finished my witches book yesterday, which
mm,
okay, that book kind of took a big curveball. The Life of Irresponsible Witches or something like that. It's a book. It's about like an adult witch. She's 31 and all witches aren't allowed to live together. And she gets this request and she's like kind of like the bad witch, really. She doesn't really listen to rules. And she gets this request like and they're like witch needed. And she was and like again, it's like normal world. So like witches aren't known. And she goes to this assignment to like see what it's like a Craigslist ad basically. And she's like, what are they like? Let's see. Like, do they even know witches exist? Turns out there's these 3 kid witches that are like need training. They don't have a witch in their life to train them. And witches, like even as kids, they're not allowed to be together or not
mhm.
supposed to be because like it's too much power that doesn't know how to be used altogether. And so the whole book's about like basically her coming in, her training them, whatever. Then and I listened to it on audio. It's like say a 9-hour audiobook. At like an hour and a half left, her and the kid witch's like father figure have basically now like fallen in love. And then they hook up and it goes into full smut details of them hooking up. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, I've been reading about like teaching these kid witches how to like animate rocks. And now you're talking about you guys like having sex.
With kids?
Not with the kids. It was the adult witch and their dad.
Oh.
The hell? It's the adult witch with the dad, their dad figure. They fell in love. But I'm just like, how random.
Maybe she was like, "I need to add some spice because 'cause I'm bored."
I like it was like, yeah, it just like came out of the blue in the book, and it was only that like basically one chapter where it went in like full on detail of it. That was it. Like nothing else in the book ever. I mean, even the end of the book, it was like that, yeah, they were in love, but she didn't want to kiss in front of someone else. And I'm like, okay, this is weird that like now at the end of the book, like you won't even really talk about kissing details.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you gave
Talking
us a
about really putting it on.
it was the most random thing ever. I was like, "What? What am I reading here?" But yeah, so that on my bingo card, I should finish. I've hit my savings goal on my bingo card, but I kind of been like superstitious about coloring it in.
Mm.
Because I'm like, what if something happens and I have to spend a shit ton of money and so then I have to like write it out. So I haven't filled
Yeah,
that.
I feel that. I know that's kind of where I was at with my saving goal. I was like, "Yes," but also, I don't know.
Yeah, like, and I'm like very, very much past the savings goal. Like, I've almost doubled it, but still, there's something about it where I'm like, oh, what if something goes horribly wrong in my life and then I like don't actually hit it by the end of the year?
I
So,
know.
but we do need to start putting thought into the 2025 one because I feel like we now have more guidance on like how we want to set up our future ones. Just because like
Yeah.
here now I have so many money ones that like there's no way I'm gonna succeed.
Yeah, I think I need to do I can't I should have done the splits. That was such an easy one I just, like, didn't do.
Add it well,
Um,
just add it to next year's.
yeah, I'm gonna add to next year's. I wanna add a 10K to my next year's. So I got 5K this year, so I wanna do a 10K, and then I've gotta start thinking now and then start making the list and then, like, adding them to the card.
Yeah,
Um,
there are some things that I think I'll keep on mine that I did do this year, like, I did a half marathon on mine this year, and I think
yeah,
I'll keep that on there for next
yeah,
year. But then, like, there's some that and I think I might keep, like, read 20 books. I think that's a good goal for me. I
yeah.
don't maybe I bump it up to 25 to try and read more, but I feel like 20 is a pretty good number.
Yeah, I mean, if you did 25, that would be over 2 books a month.
Yeah, so maybe I'll think about doing that. One I think I gotta get rid of is, like, getting my hair done. Clearly,
Yeah,
being on my bingo card was not something that motivated me to go pay to get my hair done.
part of me was like, maybe I just box diet. I've been
Yeah,
very tempted
yesterday
to.
when I went to Walgreens to buy my medicine, there was a girl in there, she had a photo of a specific box dye color, and she was asking them about it, and I was like, "God, I can't, like" I mean, the last time I box dyed my hair was literally high school.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Could I see myself going back to that life?" And I really don't think I can. I think it
I
kinda
don't know,
scares
I
me.
know it would just be impulsive, but I know it like because box dye, honestly, it's not as bad as people think it is, it's just people overdo it.
Yeah.
That's why it gets because 'cause you're like, "Oh, I've done it once," and then I'm like, "Oh, well, I'm bored, let me do it again in a different color." It's just because people were changing it, like, once a month.
Well, yeah, and that's how I was in high school, and then my hair became literal straw.
Yeah, I know, I saw it.
So, that's what I'm trying to avoid these days.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm like, I feel like one time doing it, but also, like, because I have so much hair, I'd have to buy, like, 2 boxes probably.
Yeah, same. That's what I always had to do. But all right, well, that is it, y'all. Thanks for tuning in to another episode this week. We'll try and get this out on a Wednesday, but we'll see. Who knows? At least we're both on the up and up and no longer sick. And we'll talk to y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.